After weeks of painstaking bipartisan negotiation among Congress, President Joe Biden signed a bill into law, avoiding a government shutdown over the weekend.
To talk about the continuing resolution, or CR, and other action on Capitol Hill, joined now by Buffalo Congressman Tim Kennedy. Tim, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Great to be here, guys.
You just went through your first full budget cycle there on Capitol Hill, and what a time it was. Talk to us a little bit about how this all came together and kind of your reaction to it, because a lot was happening in front of you.
Yeah, look, well, it was a mess, and it was the dysfunction and chaos that not only the people of Western New York and New York have rejected, but people of America have just become sick and tired of seeing this dysfunction that's reigning, the chaos that's reigning in Washington. I had a front row seat for it. But the bottom line is we got the work done finally, at the last minute, but it got done. And quite frankly, the bill that we passed was a strong bipartisan bill. But to get there, it was mess. It was chaotic. It was not what the American people deserve. And what we have to do is we have to ensure that we work in a bipartisan fashion as much as possible to move America forward, to move the needs of our community forward. And, thankfully we were able to avoid a government shutdown. And what that would have meant is that the military personnel in our country, including 42,000 in New York State, would not have gotten paid. TSA airports, Buffalo, Niagara Falls would not have gotten paid. They would have gotten furloughed. So many more individuals would have been hurt, benefits stalled, people not having the ability to connect with their government. A government shutdown is the last thing people in this country deserve or want. And we have to avoid it at all costs. And the bottom line is we were able to do that, hopefully with a now looming deadline for the middle of March coming quickly. We can get right back to work and put forward a bipartisan plan to avoid this sort of chaos in the near future.
Politics is rarely neat and tidy, and things like this do happen. It generally means is don't watch the sausage be made, but just get to taste it at the end, and maybe the taste is pretty good. But should the American people expect that kind of rancor and last-minute filing, last-minute deals for the rest of the year? Because that's what's going to happen.
Well, the positive thing is we were able to get the work done. American people in this moment. The concerning thing is the overwhelming impact that Elon Musk had on this process. Some are calling him co-president Musk. Some are calling him president-elect Musk. Not only a billionaire, not born in this country, but the richest man in the world that demonstrated with a few tweets how to derail a bipartisan deal that had been negotiated in both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives, Democrat and Republican, put on the table in print, and with a couple of tweets, Elon Musk blew it all to smithereens in just a couple of hours. That's not what the American people want or deserve. They deserve much better, and his impact is something of concern, and we will be monitoring this in the very near future. There's already calls for investigations into his connectivity to his business dealings in China that led to him disrupting this bipartisan deal, because there was language within that first bill that was printed that we were set to vote on that could have had an impact on his business dealings. So look, that's all Washington speak, and certainly of concern, but it has an impact on our community. You know, when impacts have funding that was derailed for cancer research or for community health centers, that was stalled in that bill. We were finally able to get it done at the end of the day, but certainly call for concern.
So the work certainly continues in the new year. There are a lot of things you're working on. You've been very vocal about the Buffalo VA.
Yep.
Where do things stand right now?
Well, I have the real honor and privilege to serve on two great committees, the Homeland Security Committee and the Veterans Affairs Committee. And the Veterans Affairs Committee has allowed me to bring to light the issues happening at the Veterans Hospital here in the Buffalo, Niagara region. And the fact of the matter is that is an aging facility that needs serious investment. Our goal and our hope is to create a new Veterans Hospital, technologically advanced, which would be hundreds of millions of dollars that are veterans deserve. These are the heroes that have donned the military uniform and have sacrificed for our country. They deserve facilities when they go to get care for themselves and their loved ones that are truly reflective of the sacrifice that they've made for our country. So we're fighting for our veterans. We're fighting for a new VA hospital. Look, this is a process that's played out over the last couple of months. I've had the Undersecretary of Veterans Affairs, Dr. Sharif El-Nahal, right here to Buffalo to visit the VA hospital. Recently, he said that he wants to see our hospital and a rebuild of our hospital as a priority for our country. He also, mentioned that this is a process. So, there's a couple of different ways to do it: more expensive, more government involved, in a longer process, or we could work private partnership to advance it on a more expedited fashion. So we're looking at our options with the University at Buffalo, with our partners at the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, be it Roswell or be it the various healthcare institutions that work for our veterans each and every day. But the bottom line is our veterans deserve the best quality care. They deserve the golden standard, and we have to make investments in the hospital to give them that golden standard.
Congressman Tim Kennedy, we're going to be keeping our eye on that topic and many others there on Capitol Hill. We appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you and your family, Tim. Thanks.
All right.